Well, guys, here we are days away from the election on Tuesday, November 5th. Kamala Harris is tanking. She's the worst candidate to ever be nominated for political office. Remember, guys, nobody actually voted for her. She was installed via coup when they ousted Joe Biden. This woman's campaign is in free fall, folks. Free fall. And she has aligned herself with someone who is not going to motivate any Democrats to actually go out there and support Kamala Harris. I mean, guys, when it comes to the early voting, guys, it's not looking good for Democrats, man. Democrats are not really showing up for Kamala Harris. This woman made a massive mistake by aligning herself with the Cheneys. Folks, people on the right don't like the Cheneys. People on the left don't like the Cheneys. I mean, I don't know who told her this is a good idea to actually go out there and campaign with Liz Cheney. It's going to backfire, and it has. Now, President Trump, he was on with Tucker Carlson, and now Kamala Harris and the left are starting a new hoax. And folks, this is not going to work, guys. It's not going to work because we actually have the video of what President Trump said. They took what President Trump said about Liz Cheney and they shortened it down to make it seem like Trump was actually calling for the execution of Liz Cheney. He never, ever, ever called for the execution of Liz Cheney. That is a lie. A flat out lie. But the headlines, man, because actually for press record on this video, the headlines were like, Trump is calling for the execution of Liz Cheney. He never, ever said that. That is a flat out lie. Look here, guys. Fact check. Harris campaign twists Trump comment on Liz Cheney to claim he called for her execution. Now, what Trump was actually talking about, he was actually talking about Dick Cheney, her father. Of course, he's the god of war, man. And Liz Cheney, they love war. And this is the reason why they actually aligning themselves with Kamala Harris. They want the wars to continue, especially in Ukraine. Trump, he wants to end all the wars. That is the reason why Liz Cheney does not like Trump. That's actually the main reason, guys, to tell you the truth. The main reason. The Cheneys, man, they want the war to continue. They don't want to put an end to it, man. They don't. And Trump is a big threat to that. Now, we're actually going to watch the clip that Kamala Harris actually put out. Okay, only 11 seconds. And it's deceptive, folks. Very, very deceptive. It says here, claim. Kamala Harris's campaign implied former President Donald Trump called for Liz Cheney to be put before a firing squad. Fact check. False. Trump's comments on guns trained on her face were about Cheney stoking foreign wars without being willing to fight in their front lines. Now, Liz Cheney has never served a day in uniform. She is perfectly okay with sending your sons and daughters out there on the front lines. And if they get killed, in her mind, too bad, so sad. Don't really care. Next man up. Dying for nothing. That's what she wants right there. But if Liz Cheney actually had to go on the front lines, guess what, folks? I highly doubt she would actually do it. Because I believe this woman is a coward. Liz Cheney, man, she's not built for the military. She ain't built for war. But it's easy for her to call for war, behind a desk. Yeah. Kamala Harris's campaign took former President Donald Trump's words out of context to suggest that he was calling for Liz Cheney to be put before a firing squad. Her campaign posted a video of Trump speaking to Tucker Carlson on X with a caption that paraphrased him, quote, "Let's put Liz Cheney with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her. Let's see how she feels about it when the guns are trained on her face." Yeah, she actually put this out, guys. So let's go ahead and listen to this version of the clip they put out. Let's roll it.
Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. You know, when the guns are trained on her face.
Yeah, so you heard that right there, guys. But this is deceptive, man. Deceptive. ALX here. He brings in the context right here. He posts context. He's talking about how politicians are so quick to send young Americans to die in foreign endless wars. So let's go ahead and watch this clip right here. This is 1 minute and 35 seconds, and it gives you greater context. Let's play it.
And Cheney was so, he said, I really want to thank you. He said, now I'm so glad that I actually endorsed you. It's amazing, but that you would do this. And I didn't speak to him about it. But then, you know, go a couple of years forward or go now. And I don't blame him for sticking with his daughter, but his daughter.
He's talking about Liz Cheney. Dick Cheney.
Daughter's a very dumb individual, very dumb. She's a radical war hawk. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. You know, when the guns are trained on her face. You know, they're all war hawks when they're sitting in Washington in a nice building saying, oh, gee, let's send 10,000 troops right into the mouth of the enemy. But she's a stupid person. And I used to I'd have meetings with a lot of people, and she always wanted to go to war with people. So whether it's her, whether it's Dick, I was surprised a little bit with Dick Cheney. I didn't know him at all. I only had essentially the 1 or 2 phone calls, and it was only a call saying, thank you very much for doing that for Scooter Libby. That was nice. And Scooter Libby, by the way, was beyond that. He couldn't believe that it happened. Nobody would do it. They should have done that for him years before. But I was a little surprised because I actually thought that Dick Cheney would go with me over his daughter, and he didn't. And you know what? I understand it. It's your daughter, and you go. But she's a bad person.
Yeah. So, my friends, that is the context right there. How does that actually sound versus this soundbite that Kamala HQ put out? Yeah, these people lying, man. They are lying. I mean, she is so desperate, guys. So desperate. She actually takes a clip that is deceptive and then makes it seem like Trump is calling for the execution of Liz Cheney. No. Liz Cheney is evil to me. So is Dick Cheney. But I don't believe they should be executed. They should be far away from our federal government as possible. And shout out to Harry Cageman, who put the whipping, the smackdown on Liz Cheney in Wyoming. I mean, she lost by a record margin in a primary. And ever since then, man, Liz Cheney went full on Trump deranged. As she was Trump deranged before, but she really went Trump deranged after that. And then she started endorsing every single Democrat. I mean, guys, she's actually endorsed Colin Allred out here in Texas, who's going to lose to Ted Cruz, by the way. She's endorsed him, a man that wants men in women's restrooms and in women's sports. A man that won't secure the border. That's the kind of person she has endorsed for the Senate out here in Texas. It's not going to work, man. She's going to get a double whammy. Colin Allred is going to lose. Also, Kamala Harris is going down as well, folks. Liz Cheney is evil. Kamala Harris, you are a liar. A complete liar. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.